Well, hey guys, listen, I just picked up a Spore because I wanted to try it out. People are saying that it's got a little more stability than the glitch, and I thought this would be a good time to do it. My arm's getting better, and I just want to do a one disc round. It's a Sunday afternoon. I'm getting ready to go watch Sullivan Tipton playing in the final card of the OTB Open, and so I want to get a round in before I go watch him, and I'm going to bring you along with me, try out the Spore. Let's go have some fun. All right, so I'm trying to do better on my stretching and stuff like that. I actually did go work and do some stretches and stuff like that. So we'll see. I'm gonna take this easy. This is not running round. This is just me going and playing with the Spore. I'm gonna try to play fairly quickly, but just walk. I'm not gonna run. Oh! Full disclosure, I threw that disc twice out on the field. Once to the basket and once back before that. So that was my third throw with that. So I was expecting a little more flip up from it. So could have just been a wimpy throw on my part, but it could have just been a little more stable. And I forgot my hat. I feel naked without my hat. Sorry for this wonderful hair. All right, let's flip this puppy around because that's enough of me. Huh. Yeah, it's still got good glide, and I was worried I pulled it over a little bit, but it fought back for me. But yeah, it's definitely, it feels like a glitch in the sense of it's definitely glidey. And let's face it, that's great when there's not wind. But when there's wind, you want some more stability. So I'm curious how this would do in the wind. But more stability can always help. All right, we're playing all yellow baskets except for hole number 12, which only has the blue. So. I say I like that because I gave it some beans and it didn't want to roll over. It held it and just faded off at the end. That was very controllable. Let's see if it'll last. I haven't smacked any trees with it yet. Oh, I actually did kind of hit that stump back there, but let's see if it keeps that. I like that. All right, just out the old forehand flickaroony. A little bit too much. So one of the things I'm noticing, it's kind of a gummy, soft feel to it, which the glitch kind of has that external harder rim on the outside. So with that flick, I could feel it flexing there I am. I could feel it flexing as I was throwing it. So just something to be aware of. I can work on that, but it feels a little different just because it's squishy. And let's face it, it's about to get really warm here in Birmingham, and the squishiness is only going to get more. Oh, I should say while I'm walking up this wonderful hill, this is a 158, so it's a little heavier. So I like that too, because I like to throw max weight. So not my favorite color, but it'll do. Okay, people keep bringing, I've put brooms at each of the holes on the tee signs, and this is the second broom I've found up here, extra broom. Are they just carrying with them from other holes and leaving them here? Has that become a thing now? I don't understand people sometimes. Oh, that'll work. I guess I'm gonna have to write on every one of them what hole they're supposed to be on so people won't carry them off to the next hole. We've got a certain crew of people, I'm assuming it's disc golf players, but it's a park, we could have other people that are stealing signs, knocking stuff over, rolling spool tables down the hills, and just kind of being turds on the course. I hope it's just some teenagers coming through. Probably couldn't tell on the video because it was so small. Got a good hop right by the basket. It was close. And catching up to a group. Haven't thrown a forehand with this yet. Here's the time to test it out. It's downhill, so I don't have to power it up too much. Get by it, get by it. Nope, took a little off. I should have snapped it a little more. To be honest, I was expecting more of a lift up, a rise up, but it held it pretty good. It handled the torque better than I expected. And that's why it hit that early tree. So we'll be hanging out for a minute. 5 guys playing the blue tees, so it'll be a minute. Thank you very much, guys. I'm not even gonna set you down. I'm just gonna throw and go. So who's winning and who's cheating? How's it going?
How are you, man?
Good to see you.
You too.
Let me.
No one's winning.
Oh, everybody's winning. You might. I'll run. Get out of your way real quick. I knew that. I was just. That was a test. Thank you, guys.
Going up to. Remember we saw you in Appling.
Yeah. Yeah. You're going.
And then so we're going next week. We leave for our trip, going up to Kentucky.
Oh, that's awesome.
Up to Idlewild and playing a bunch of stuff up there, around there in Ohio and all that.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, Sullivan's in the final card today.
I saw that.
Yeah, that's what I'm trying.
I'm gonna get there and watch it because I know it's Calvin, Sullivan, Rathbun, and
I
can't remember the four. It was 4 really good guys there.
Yeah, that's why I'm trying to do a quick one so I can get back and watch it. Does he need help?
Oh, my bad, man.
We got one back here.
Hey, man, is that you?
Athena.
Thanks.
Yep. All right, let's put a little beans on this one. Oh, I dropped my shoulder. I released here. I did not drive through, but I'm liking the flight of the Spore. Wasted a good opportunity. This is the perfect hole for that shot. Flatten it out and just let it glide and break to the left to the basket. Don't you hate you hit the harder ones and then you mess up the easier ones? This isn't exactly easy, but it sets up really nice for that shot. Thought the glide was going to save me. I knew it was a little low and just banged it off the cage. So I picked up a piece of trash when I was stretching and I put it in my back pocket and said, throw it away at the trash can as you walk by it. I've walked by 4 trash cans since then, and every time I've been telling myself, don't forget to throw that piece of trash away. The question is, will I still have it by the end of the round? Now granted, not a lot of trash cans on the course, but dang it, I've been trying to get rid of that stupid piece of trash. So I'm gonna play to the yellow basket, but I'm gonna throw it straight because I'm not gonna try to kill my forehand. I'll throw a forehand, but I'm not gonna kill it. I'm not gonna get there. I'm curious to see about the torque. No, I don't need to hurt my arm. I'm gonna go back to just a regular throw. I would try to throw this too hard. Boy, I like that. You see, I put it on anhyzer and it just straightened out and just slid. That's nice. I would love that same flight with a little heavier disc. It's just something about the lightness of it makes me worry I'm gonna over crank it. All right, let's test the floaty. Yep, I was aiming intentionally left so I'd hit the hill and jump back right, because you don't want to miss short or right because it just carries down. You want to miss left and high so it'll hop towards the basket. I almost got the camera on that one. Sometimes I'm so fast the camera can't even keep up with me. No, that's just bad camera work on my part. I kind of tweaked that a little bit over here, but I'm glad it didn't roll. It fought it and held on and dropped back to the left. I think the glitch would have rolled over into those trees. By the way, somebody commented on one of my videos to be on the lookout for the glyph that's coming out with infinite discs. I think it is a premium, almost a champion type of plastic birdie. I'm kind of excited about that. It's supposed to be dropping at the end of the month. Interesting. All right, this will be a test. This does not feel good for this. I feel like it's going to roll over, but I want to put it just by the tree, bring it around, drag it around. Nailed the tree. Target fixation. I'm gonna have to test a few of those. It almost feels like it's collapsing a little as I kind of tweak it this way. I don't know, maybe that might just be my mind, but it feels like it's not whole. The stiffness is messing me up more than anything on that, or the lack of stiffness. It feels like it's, I think it's just me. It feels like it's wanting to, I'm working on the touch, figuring out the sweet spot of how much to give it. Although up in the air, Pete, please. Yeah, I just didn't give it enough height. I was worried about the anhyzer and just kind of rolled it over instead of rolling it up. Oh, it almost held. I'm worried about the glide and I'm not giving it quite enough power because I'm worried about the sail by. Come on, Spore, you could have held on. For the record, that would have counted. Anything that's suspended by the chains or the basket. This does not count up here, but anything held by the chains or the basket. They took that away for a while, but it's now back that if you stick a disc in the basket, it counts. I think it's rule 801 point something, 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 something. How's that for clarity? All right, let's try the old forehand through the sneaky gap here. Come on, come on, come on, come on. Yep, I was worried about it not fading at the end, but it's got the stability. I'm liking it better than the glitch guys. I mean, I hate to say it, just because of that extra stability. And if you've watched my videos before, I like the glitch a lot, but I don't think it's a disc that you can rely on when there's wind or using as a putter. I think it's a great utility disc, but as soon as wind picks up or you need to drop in and stay close, that extra glide, even with the Spore here, the extra glide can save you, but it can also get you in trouble. And that's why people like the Berg. That's why I like the Berg, is I can drop it at the basket instead of hoping I don't float or fly by the basket. Somebody will probably argue foot fault. I was too lazy to move the thing. It wasn't that big a deal. I gotta say, guys, I am so happy to be able to be back throwing throwing right-handed. Even though I'm not full power, just to be able to, it's the approaches and the putts that were killing me. Just knowing how easy I could do it regular and having to putt left-handed, approach left-handed was murder. I gave it a little too much stability credit on that one. I wanted to keep it by this tree. Nailed it. No comments. No comments. That landed up top. Should have been soft, and it just tore the bolt all the way around. It's not the end of the world, but man, that stunk. I should have been right by the basket. I don't know if it hit a rock or something. So this guy used to be up there and it got rolled down here, and I think they just decided it was easier to leave it down there. Oh, missed that tree. I pulled it right, but that was gonna drop right at the basket. Dang it. I was intentionally bringing it out so that it would drop that way. I need to be inside that tree. But I caught the second little tree, just went on the inside. That much. All right, Petey man. It wasn't bad, it wasn't great. It's just okay. I liked it right out of my hands, but just didn't have enough power. I'm so glad they came, tore up this area here, knocked out the basket back there, and then haven't done a thing for 3 months now, just left it like this. That's great, love it, yay. Note the sarcasm. All we can figure out is they wanted to mark their territory and let us know that this was theirs. So they came through and knocked over a bunch of crap. We can't see the purpose of what they did to be in such a rush to do that and then do absolutely nothing for months. So here's a little deal. So I did all the signs for this course, and somehow it slipped by me here. I think it's my dyslexia or something. This should be 204 and that 247, because A and B are not 7 feet away from each other. And it's only taken this long for somebody to point that out to me. But yeah, if you ever come here and play that hole, it's 204, not 240. Hopefully you can see it and tell that, but I told you guys, I'm not Mr. Details. I really didn't want it to be stable there. You know, I've been loving the stability, but man, if that had just held, I was going right for it. But it's a beautiful flight. It's just down there and just a nice little fade. But for a minute, it was inside the chains. In my view, I was like, could be close. And I would have claimed it was 240 then. Yeah, I hit a 240-foot ace. Woohoo! Sounds better than 204. All right, here's a good comment question for you. Do you like when people post their one finger ace photos after they make an ace? Let me know in the comments. I have my own opinion. I'm interested to hear what yours are. Now, it was coming through here pretty good, but it was not super hot. But it must have hit something and just picked up and rolled, because yeah, we'll just do this. Hopefully I won't hit my camera. It should have been over there. Still going. Yes. Perfect. All right, I'm gonna throw it right at the camera. What could go wrong? I was trying to buzz that thing. Show a little drama. I'm curious, the weight I have on the monopod versus 158 Spore, which one would win? Let's not find out. I'm not turning you around, it's just right here. Oh, well, never mind, the monopod was right in the middle of the putt. All right, I turned around and hit it and I would have gone right through the monopod. Funny, but expensive. Miss it. Ooh. I need to swing it out wide so that stability could flex it down the, oh, nice back roll. Flex it down the alley. But that's me, not the disc. I'm liking the disc. It's funny, it's only, what? We'll say 160. It's only 17 grams lighter than my regular approach disc, but I can feel it in something, the way I'm throwing it, I feel it. I'm thinking harder when I'm throwing with it. That's just, I need to get used to it. Yep, but hey, it's pretty point and shoot, and you know I like point and shoot. So I'm thinking about starting a Patreon, do some extra stuff for folks there, just to start maybe trying to make a little money, maybe give me a little more free time later on. But I was thinking about having different tiers, and one of them I thought called the Silverback Club for the older folks. I figure there are a lot of folks my age tend to be a little more mature that might be watching me, who knows. And I was just, for some reason, Silverback came to my mind earlier, just a bunch of us old guys that like to fling. Because back in the day, I used to be called the big arm monkey, and I guess that's where I kind of came to this, was the whole, I'm getting older, fatter, I just want to sit around and boss other people around now. Anyway, would y'all be interested in a Patreon setup, something? Because let's face it, I stink at marketing and doing all that other stuff. I just rather get out and play, but I need to do some stuff. About to hit 2,000, hopefully anytime soon. I keep saying that I'll start to get a good uptick and it looks like, oh, momentum, and then it'll just drop off. And, you know, so if you haven't liked and subscribed, really appreciate it. I might retroactively do a drawing for a disc or so, something. I've got actually a disc that I've set aside that I've drawn on that I'd like to give away for maybe the 2,000. So let me know. Big old splotch of sweat right there. We're gonna start to get where we need the wristbands just for all the sweat. Summer's coming. You see me, I threw that too much on Anheuser. Fortunately, it's fighting back, but I think I just, bad. Sometimes it feels like it's just rolling in. There is a softness factor to it. I like that disc to be a little stiffer for my forehands. Backhand, doesn't bother me. But there's some tactile thing going on with the forehands that has me a little bit, when I need to give it a little more beans, I get a little nervous. You know, first I was afraid. I was petrified. Oh, well, it's safe. I was really worried. I was thinking, my thought process as I'm getting ready to throw is, don't hit the water. Should not have that. Should have been throw smooth. I babied it a little. I was thinking the glide was going to carry it a little bit more, but it's all right. I just didn't want to lose it. I guess I could have finished up with the Colt. It hadn't been risky yet. I've been hitting the center, but I do like the grabbiness when it hits the chains. I also noticed my putting changes according to how I'm feeling and the disc. This one I'm throwing a little more vertically. I'm kind of diving it in there. I don't know if it's in response to the way it feels, but I'm just kind of popping it like this instead of more like this. So they're coming in, hitting center, but they're a lot more vertical. Who knows? Maybe it's just my body doing something different. Up in the air, hit that tree. Trying to draw it across and let it stable up and just fall back to the left. So just need to miss that tree. To be honest, I should have thrown the forehand out here. I've just gotten used to not throwing forehands if I can avoid them. Probably blocked you. Nothing exciting to see. Well, I turned that over. Fight through. I do not deserve that. I'm calling BS on that right now. That was so bad this way. It hit something and went right to the basket. It's like somebody was over there with a cricket bat and just smacked it back across. Had to have been that tree across the creek. Oh, nice. So somebody went and took a board from the bridge over there and just placed it over here. That won't cause any problems. With some nails in it. Got nice mud and crap from that board. Already got my excuse built in case I miss this one. Blame it on the board. Blame it on the board. I didn't deserve it anyway, so I'm not that mad. I mean, it was going over there. All right, well, there you go, guys. Pretty good round. I like the Spore a lot. I like it better than the Glitch. It's got a little more stability to it. The softness bugs me a little bit. It's just a little, for those forehands, I want a little more stiffness for that little bit better feedback. But anyway, I like it a lot. That's definitely, if I'm doing a one disc round, the Spore is gonna be one of the top ones. You know, I always go for the Birdie and the Berg, but the Spore is gonna be right there with them. So that's it, guys. Listen, I've got to go take a shower, and I'm getting ready to go watch the OTB Open, and Sullivan's in the lead card. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna go little greeting for Sullivan. Congratulations, Sullivan! You won the tournament. That's amazing. Your first big win. Woo! Or how about Sullivan? Man, it was great. You played your heart out. Too bad, man. You really played well. And then finally, man, Sullivan, you stunk out there. That was painful to watch. I'm glad the camera finally panned off of you after a while, because woo. Hey, but we still love you. Oh, okay. I'm probably gonna leave all three of those in just because it's me and it's Sullivan. But anyway, thank you so much for walking with me, and I appreciate you coming out here. Appreciate you watching, subscribing, and I hope to see you out on the course.